Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on the channel, Josh Nutley. It's been a bit of a while, but yes, he's had one pro fight so far. Unfortunately, it ended in a third round defeat. But yeah, pleasure getting you on, Josh, as always. And yeah, how have you been?
Yeah, not bad, mate. I've been busy. To the point where I had to put boxing on the back burner for a little while, just while I got like general life stuff sorted. Me and my family, we moved home into another town, so that was a lot of stress. I've actually changed my job like 3 times in the last month, so that's been a bit hard to get around. But we got a new fight lined up, and the camp officially started this evening.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear, Josh. Yeah. Before we talk about, your fight you had a few months ago, um, talk about, Marley's before we get into you talk about Marley's fight against Prosper. I mean, you was there. Talk about that fight, and did you think Marley done enough? Because personally, I mean, I was trying to watch two things at once. Still need to watch it back, but from what I saw, I thought Marley won. I wouldn't say Marley won wide, but I thought Marley was 2 rounds ahead.
I listen. Marley's a very good friend of mine. I love Marley to bits, and I'm not being biased. I thought the fight was really close on the night. I still think that Marley nicked it, but then when I watched it back, Marley was the aggressor from the beginning, and he was just putting it on Prosper, and he didn't look like he wanted to be there. He was on the back foot the whole time. And Marley was just stalking him down, constantly putting pressure on. And anytime he was getting close, I thought Prosper was just grabbing and stuff. And to be honest, I think he should have got a point taken off of him for the amount of holding that he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, Marley got a point off, didn't he? I mean, I was a bit confused when I saw it because I didn't, you know, even, yeah, I mean, I didn't see a reason why that Marley should have had the point off.
No, me either, mate. I was a bit confused by that as well, and I was very confused by the gap in the scorecard that the ref had given, considering Marley got had a knockdown. Marley had a knockdown in
First
round
round.
one. Yeah, and mate, when that happened, I thought, wow, this is going to be over quick. I thought Marley was going to stop him anyway. I predicted round 7 or 8 that it was going to
That's
stop
what I
him,
was
but
thinking.
and then when I see the knockdown in round one, I thought, wow, this is going to be even quicker. But listen, it takes two to tango, and I'm not going to take anything away from Aaron Prosper. I thought he boxed. I thought he boxed. He made it a good fight as well. You need two at going at it to make a good fight. It's not a one way show.
I mean, who knows? I mean, if because Aaron's gym mate holds the southern area, Louis O'Doherty at the minute, he might vacate that, and then you never know. Marley might get another shot at Prosper, and they might go again for the belt. Well, maybe,
I'd like to see that, mate. I would like to see that definitely.
but I'm sure Marley will come back, and he'll come back stronger. And yeah, he's the type of fighter who fights everyone. And yeah, I'm sure Marley wouldn't want no comeback fight. Knowing Marley, he'll want to go straight back into that deep end.
Marley was back in the gym on the Monday. He was back in the gym on the Monday, mate. Like it just sums him up, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. Wait, do you train the same gym as him or no?
No, I don't. But me and Marley, we've built a great relationship through boxing, and we've started doing a bit together, and we're gonna do a lot more together. We're gonna do some sparring. Considering even though there's a big weight difference between us, we're gonna have a few rounds with each other, and yeah, Marley's been a real good friend of mine, and he really helped push me. I mean, after that defeat I had, it was a real bitter pill to swallow. And Marley was there that night, and he was very supportive with me the next day on the phone, and stuff. So yeah, I mean, me and Marley, we're gonna continue to be working together, and we both got the same manager, and what we're hoping for is to both be out on the same show.
Oh well, fingers crossed, mate. And yeah, talking about that, we'll now talk about your debut that you had. And you didn't, you was meant to be boxing. Weren't you meant to be boxing Jake Pollard originally?
No, I never. He was in the question, and that is someone I would like to box him next if could be doable, But I ended up boxing Yinka Caicedo, and he's
Natural featherweight. I mean,
yeah. I gave away £6 on the night, and it's like two weight classes above me,
and
and
he was late notice, wasn't he? As well, he was what, 3 days, 2 days notice, or what?
yeah, yeah, 3 days notice, mate, I think. And yeah, it's a big weight difference in 8-ounce gloves as well, and it's not really the type of debut you want, I mean, he had 9 wins and 3 stoppages on his record as a professional, and I was coming
I
in there.
thought you started, talking through the fight, round one, you come out. I thought, you started quite good up until, when you got knocked down. I thought you were looking quite sharp. You were stepping in, throwing your shots and stepping back out. And yeah, you did engage with him a few times as well. I think you got knocked down, but I think, when I think you threw a jab and then he just come over the top because you didn't put your hand up. Do you just think it
Yeah.
was a bit of a, what's the word? Bit of a mistake from you not putting your hand back up, or?
Oh, yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, when I watched the fight back, I don't actually think I boxed badly at all,
Yeah, you
and I
done
was
well.
I was happy with my performance. I was in with a bigger guy, a lot more experienced, and yeah. Listen, I was getting caught with that. I was getting caught with that backhand all night long. The commentators even said it that I was every time I was throwing the jab out, I wasn't bringing the lead hand back fast enough, and I was getting caught with it over the top all the time. And believe it or not, I actually thought round three was my best round, and like where because I tried to stay on the inside and
When
not.
he landed that and you knocked down, what was going through your mind at that moment? Was it, get back up, and what was going through your head? Were you nervous at that moment in time, or what was?
Do you know what actually came straight to my head was, "I've fucked it." I was like, "Oh, this done," and I bounced back up, and that's the experience now. It's a lesson learned. I should have stayed down for the eight. I should have stayed down for the eight and then got up, but I
You
just jumped
would you say
straight
you
back.
got, yeah, because you got up quite quickly, and from a spectator's point of view, it looked, yeah, sort of a heavy. I wouldn't say heavy, but sort of a. But I think when you got back up, it actually, you started doing better since when you got knocked down.
Yeah, well, it kind of like, obviously the nerves are there. It's your first pro fight. It's at your call. It's everything you've ever dreamed of, and like the nerves were all there in the changing rooms,
Yeah,
everything.
no head guards for the first time.
No, well, I didn't wear head guards anyway because I come from the unlicensed background, didn't I? So
Oh yeah.
I never, but it was like 8-ounce gloves. I had a lot of fear around me on that sort of in that sort of stuff in that round that sort of stuff. And when I got knocked down, it was almost like I kind of needed it, because it was like, right, I know where I am now. It's like, wake up, Josh, like you're in a fight, and I jumped back up and I just gave it my all on the night. I mean, no one wants to lose full stop, let alone their debut. It was very hard for me to.
You woke up in that round too. I think you were you were timing your shots. I mean, you were trying to box on the back foot, even though he was looking for that one shot. Of course, when you knock somebody down with one shot, you go looking for the same shot. That he knocked you down with. He was kept looking for that shot. But I thought, you boxed all right on the back foot in that second round, and you were getting away from him and landing a few hooks and getting away and moving to the side, and you were circling around him. But he did on the occasion. I still think you did done enough to win that second round. It was close. It was a bit nip and tuck, but I thought you did nick it. But he was landing. He was, yeah, he was basically just throwing that one shot, that looping hand over the top, wasn't he?
Yeah, 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 and
He was
because he
trying to
knew it was
counter you, sort of
and,
thing.
and he knew he was getting success with it. Like I said, and the commentator said it as well. He was finding it a lot of the time. I was taking a lot of them to the head, you know. And I think because he knew that he'd knocked me down, like you said, he knew that the power was there and he knew that the capability was there. So he was kind of relying on that. And then I agree with you. I think I nicked round two. Like I do, and I thought at the time I thought I convincingly won it, you know. But when I watched it back, I was like, oh, I didn't. It wasn't as convincing as I felt, you know. I still believe I nicked it, you know. And then the beginning of round three, I double jabbed, got him into the corner, and I started letting my hands go.
And you got into on the inside as well, and that's hard to do when you had a bit of a reach advantage. When you managed to get on the inside, didn't you?
Yeah,
So you started the round quite positively.
I know, and I thought I'm gonna get somewhere here. You know, I thought like I thought if I can win, if I've won round two, I thought if I can win these next two rounds, I'm gonna nick this. You know, despite the knockdown, I thought I'm gonna get this, and then I got that clash of heads, you know, and I cut my eye, and I know the ref didn't stop the fight because of the cut, but what happened, because I've never been cut before, you know, in all that I had in that, and again, it's all learning, you know. I'd never been cut before, and and I dabbed it in the fight, and I was just like, all that was in the back of my mind was, is the ref going to stop this fight? How bad is this cut? Is it like, because obviously I can't see it, you know,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
can just feel the blood trickling down. I can see it all over. My gloves were like covered. I've still got
Was
the
it
gloves,
going
and I
in? Was
haven't.
it going into your eye or no?
It was no, it wasn't going into my eye. It's literally above my eye, you know. But
It was
it was
on like
coming
the
down.
side of it.
That's it, and it was all coming down the side of my cheek, you know. But when I looked at when
Did
I
you
could
get it
see my
stitched
glove,
up or no?
yes, I got it stitched up on as soon as I got out of the ring. The medic Raj, he stitched it up straight away,
So what
and
was what
it was
was you saying about your gloves?
they were covered in claret, you know, like, and then I could see it on his gloves because he was wearing white gloves. Mine were white and pink, you know, and my boots were covered in it. I didn't think it was going to come out, and I was just, all I could see was the blood, and I knew that I was cut. And although it didn't hurt, you know, at the time, because the adrenaline, and you're in fight mode, all I kept thinking was, how bad is this cut? Is the ref going to stop it? And then he was just finding that right at that bat. He changed his stance to southpaw, and he was just catching me, and it was just getting me more and more and more. And like, listen, the ref made the right decision. You know, I've got three kids at home. Um,
You
I've
still
got three kids at home, and yeah, yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, can you see me?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you lagged a bit.
Yeah, my battery's gonna die. I've got 20% battery. It just came up with your battery's running low. But yeah, so like I say, I've got family at home, and the most important thing is that I come home safely, and I did that night, you know. So that was the main thing for me.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing, of course, getting out the ring safe and sound, win, lose, draw. The main thing is that you get out safely and go home to your family. That's the main thing at the end of the day.
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that.
But yeah, how yeah, you said you was happy with your performance, but of course there was we yeah, how difficult was it to take a defeat?
It was, yeah, it was a bit of a pill to swallow, you know, because you get that, like, I mean, the first react. I'm not normally one person to think like, I don't really care what people think about me, you know, but at that moment in time, it's like, oh wow, like, does people are people gonna think I've made the right thing, the right decision? Like, have I done the right thing by going down the professional path and stuff like that? But like, you know, looking past all that now, I wasn't fighting at the weight I want to fight at, and I still
You was
believe
fighting at feather and you're a natural what, fly, super fly, you were saying?
super, super fly, you know, and I still I still now believe that in myself, that at super fly, I believe that I can win the Southern Area title. You know, I mean, Paul Roberts holds the Southern Area now, and I, like, no disrespect to Paul whatsoever, but I've watched his fights, and I genuinely believe that in two more fights' time, I want to have a four-rounder in September. I mean, this isn't for me to call. This is up to Victor, you
Yeah,
know. But I
yeah.
want to have another four. I want to have a four-rounder in September, and then I've got another fight scheduled for December. and I want to go straight for a 6 rounder. So I want to go 2 4 rounders, then I want to go straight into a 6 rounder, and then in the new year, providing that I win the next two, that I'd like to go straight for Paul Robertson, considering he's still holding it, and I genuinely believe over 10 rounds, I think that I can beat him at 52 kilo.
He's got the Commonwealth silver as well.
Oh, really?
But I think that might be at light fly or fly. I'm not sure. Because no, hang on.
Right. Okay.
He's got the Southern area at superfly and flyweight, and then he's got the Commonwealth silver at light fly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You still there? Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
You still
sorry, that went all laggy then.
you still there?
Yeah, yeah. You paused on me, like you just
Oh,
completely froze.
me. Oh, hang on. Oh, my internet, mate. All right. Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said or no? Did I freeze?
No, you said that he holds the Southern area at fly and superfly, and then he holds the Commonwealth at light fly. Was that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then you froze after that. But I think that I beat him at 52 kilos over a 10 round fight.
Wait, it's 52 kilo superfly, isn't it?
Yeah, 52.2, I think it is. That's championship weight. That's championship weight.
And how, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you and your opponent Yin weigh in? Was it day before or day of the weigh?
It was the day of. It was the day of. Um, so I weighed 53 the day before, and then I was told to try and put more weight on in 24 hours. But I woke up the next day. I loaded up on carbs the night before, and I woke up the next day and I was like 53.2, and I was like, oh mate, I ain't even like. So I had like a big breakfast, got plenty of water on board, and I came in at like 53.7, I think, on the way in, and he came in 6 pounds heavier. So it was just
That's quite a lot.
yeah, mate, yeah, and it was just like I was gonna have to fight regardless. It was like I've worked so hard for this. I've done an 8 week training camp, and I was just like, I'm gonna give it a go. You
Yeah,
know, it
and
was
you did, and you gave it a great go. Unfortunately, it wasn't your night, but you're gonna learn off this, and yeah, no shame in that, mate. I mean, featherweight. I mean, he's naturally 2 weights bigger than you, and he's quite big for a featherweight, isn't he?
yeah, mate, yeah, and he can hit hard as well.
I swear I've seen him box at super feather once as well.
Yeah, I've seen him like he boxed like Amir Khan's cousin and that. Like he's been on some big stages with some big fellas, and it was like.
So when you told me you was fighting him, I was like, this is gonna be it'll make for a good fight.
Well, what the way I looked at it, yeah, was like when I looked at his resume, and it was like for me, it was like if I lose this, kind of like a win-win for me. If I lose this, I've lost against the bigger guy, the more experienced guy. However, if I win it, I've beat someone 2 weight categories above me that's got 9 professional wins with 3 knockouts on his record, and I'm coming in at 0-0. I thought it was so for me. It was like it was win-win. Do you know what I mean? Like I lost. On paper I should have lost. Do you know what I mean? I'm boxing a bigger guy with more experience, and if I won, it would have been a good win to have. So it was just like it was just go for it.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So you're back in September in Essex, aren't you?
Yeah, the Brentwood Centre. I haven't got a date yet. Um, it's not top tier before anyone asks. It's not top tier. One day I'd love to box on top tier.
I'm
I've kind of
sure it will, mate.
I've nagged Johnny Clark a few times, but it's I will
He
get
does
there.
good shows, doesn't he?
Oh, really good shows, really good shows. I've always said he's the best small hall promoter, but that show at the O2 Indigo on
Yeah,
Saturday was
Nielsen TM on 4, great card, wasn't it?
it was a really, really good show. It was a real good show. I've been to loads of small halls, but obviously, I'm really good friends with Jack Martin and Jordan Perkis.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, Jack and Jordan, yeah.
I've been to all of their fights, and the majority of them have been on top tier. and they've always been fantastic shows. But that one at the weekend, it really, well, I was really impressed.
Yeah, I mean
Real good match.
some crackers. Are you good friends with Frank Arnold as well, or I'm just asking it.
I didn't. I met him for the first time that night.
What was your thoughts
But
on
he was,
his fight?
oh mate, I think he won, and I was gutted for him. But at the same time, I
I mean,
thought
they
it was
both knocked
another.
each other down. I thought it was a good fight. Again, I'll need to rewatch it, but I thought it was a good fight, and it makes for a perfect rematch. There's on that show,
Oh
you could rematch pretty much most of the fights as they were so close. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, even Jordan Reynolds' fight. I mean, that was an absolute stormer. But that would that could be rematched all day long.
Yeah, exactly. And but I think Jordan's got a Commonwealth fight lined up,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
doubt
No,
he'll
yeah,
probably go for the
that one.
common.
But you got his opponent. I can't remember his name.
Bartel,
But
Joe
yeah,
Bartel.
he's only 22. And Jordan's 28. But former Team GB, and Jordan's a good friend of mine as well. I've known Jordan for a long time,
Yeah,
and
Jordan's a good guy.
but for Joe Bartel, he's still got loads ahead of him because that was a big step up for him.
It was indeed. I mean, he stepped up a few levels. I mean, he did. I think Joel's biggest win. I know I'm testing myself. Angelo Antonio, I would say, is probably his best win so far. And Antonio did quite well on that prize fighter, didn't he? On Johnny's
Yeah,
show.
yes,
He's a good fighter, isn't he, Antonio?
yeah, mate. Yeah, I mean that whole weight division is just is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, most of the weights are getting good. I mean, that super flyweight that you're in, it's getting some good fights, on the British scene, English scene, Commonwealth, even the world scene. It's starting to get good. I mean, I was about to say Sonny Edwards, but Sonny Edwards is fly.
Yeah, he boxed at. I did not box at Superfly 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so. I think he boxed at Fly. Might be wrong, but Estrada Bam was at Superfly. I'm certain of.
That was a brilliant fight. That Bam
It
got
was,
knocked
but I
down.
thought it was always go. I thought Bam always had an edge on most of it.
Yeah, well, I think we all knew that Bam was going to win regardless. But when I see him get knocked down for the first time, I was very shocked by that.
Yeah, oh yeah, same. But I think when Inoue also got knocked down a few. I was about to say a few weeks ago, but I think it's like two months ago now. That's gone
Is it
quick.
really? That really mate, time flies. It's so scary.
But yeah, that's gone quick. But yeah, I mean that woke Inoue up, and in my opinion, that woke Bam up as well. I think Bam stopped him in the following rounds. I think.
Might have been two after, I think.
Yeah, well, it was one or two, you know what I mean? But yeah, I
Yeah.
thought Bam, woke up just like a new A. It proves, when you get up off the canvas and you win the fight, it proves you're a good fighter. And
What did you think of Sonny Edwards' last performance? He was on the Bam undercard, wasn't he?
yeah, yeah, I thought. I mean, some judge had it quite close. I'm not sure what they was watching because I thought Sonny won every round quite easily, quite comfortably. I thought, head clash people there booing him. You can't boo a fighter. He's just, there's a head clash. He can't do anything about that. If the doctor waves it off, you can't, end up booing the fighter because it's not the fighter's decision. As the fighter, as a fighter yourself, you would understand in that moment that you want to keep going when there's a cut.
Yeah, that was a nasty cut as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite bad that one. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. What do you make of I'm not. Have you watched Hamza Uddin? Because he's a matchroom prospect.
No, I haven't. I haven't actually. No.
He's at your weight. You should have a watch of him because he's yeah he's how old is he? He's 20 and he's 2-0. I believe he was he in the Olympics or no? He had a big amateur background though. I believe
Do me a favor. When the interview's finished, can you send me a link on Instagram, please?
of his fight.
Yeah, yeah. When we're done, just like on Instagram, just ping me over a link, please.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I'll pin a few clips over and videos of him. Yeah,
Excellent, thank you.
of course. But yeah, it's good division. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so September, is that another four rounder? Was you saying, or that six?
Yeah, it will be. You know, it'll be four rounder this time round. It's only my second fight, so I mean, I got halfway through round three, and there was nothing wrong with my fitness in that fight, you know. And so I'm gonna have a four rounder, and then I'm gonna ask Victor because obviously he makes the calls. But I'm gonna ask Victor in December for a six rounder because I believe when I'm in camp, mate, that I eat properly, I train bloody hard, and I know that I can do it, and I'm 33 years old. I wanna start getting the
And
rounds
you
in
want to
now, and
go
I wanna get
quick, move fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so that four rounder. Do you have an ideal opponent? You said Pollard's a potential, well, opponent maybe that you could fight. Maybe
yeah,
Pollard in this one.
that's who I'd like to have next because I know that he's going to give me the rounds, um, and he's not going to just stand there with his hands up. You know, he's gonna fight back,
Or
and
Stephen Jackson's another one, isn't he?
I'll have to have a look at that one. I'm not familiar with that name. I'll have to have a look at that one.
He's another one. He's like Jake as well.
Yeah, yeah,
And
no,
then
they're
there's
see,
another
they're the
one, but I
sort of
think Nabil Ahmed floats with Bantam and Superfly flyweight.
right. Okay, so yeah, they're the sort of ones I want to have to begin with. Do you know what I mean? And then I just need to get the rounds in and just get and I really need to try and get a couple of wins under my belt so that in the new year I'm really hoping to finish this year strong, 2-1, and then in the new year start trying to push for some bigger names, you know,
But
and
fingers
getting them
crossed,
fifty
mate.
fifty.
Let's
Yeah, that's what I want,
I
mate.
mean, big push for the end of the year. Let's hope, yeah, as you said, 2-1. Maybe, if the opportunities are there, maybe 3-1. I know you would love that, but at
Yeah,
least at the minimum, you think two fights, yeah?
yeah, two more fights this season. I mean, I've got September, and then I'm on a holiday in October for a week with my missus and daughter, and then I'll come back and I'll be pushing straight back on. I mean,
So
especially
December, you said that you had another one in the pipeline.
yes, and that's at the London Stadium, West Ham Football Ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So that's going to be a real big night for me.
Oh, that'd be wicked. That. Do you support West Ham as well, or no?
Do you know what? I don't like. I'm not a football. I support Arsenal, but I don't actually follow football. You know, I'm not a football fanatic, mate. It's not really my cup of tea.
Ah,
I will watch the final on Sunday, just just so I'm involved. You know what I mean? It's the England final, man. So
yeah. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And yeah. Before I let you go, as always, I'll let you shout out whoever you want.
yeah, I'm gonna shout out my manager Victor. You know, he's working with me, and he showed me a lot of support after the fight. Um, Marley Mason for the help that he's been giving me. My boxing coach Chris Brooks and Chris Wotton. Um, my other half for making my diets all the time. I'm keeping my diet plan up to scratch. And then my sponsors, Empire, Pace Enabling, and Essex Hog Roast. And thank you for your time this evening, mate. It's been a pleasure as always.
And from me, Josh, thank you for your time as always. And yeah, big push towards the end of the year, and hopefully, 2-1 by the end of the year, and hopefully I'll get you closer. I'll get you back on closer to the fight when you know your opponent, and we can have another chat. And yeah, appreciate you as always. And yeah, thank you for your time.
No problem, man. Have a good evening.
And you, bye.